Joker Arthur Jeremiah Fleck, dangerous villain. The Joker is not just a villain. He's an embodiment of chaos. From his first appearance, he has haunted Gotham City with his madness. But unlike most villains driven by power or revenge, the Joker thrives on anarchy and disorder. His unpredictability is his weapon. He doesn't care about wealth, he doesn't care about victory. What he wants is to prove that society is just one bad day away from descending into chaos. With his disfigured smile and haunting laugh, he captures the essence of fear. His psychological manipulation goes far beyond simple crime. He doesn't kill just to get rid of his enemies. He plays with their minds, forcing them to question their values, their morals, and even their own sanity. Take Harvey Dent, a man of justice, for example. The Joker twists him into a monster with just a few words. He shows us how fragile the human mind is, and how easily it can be manipulated when fear and chaos reign. Hannibel Lecter, a brilliant psychiatrist. Hannibel Lecter is not your typical villain. A brilliant psychiatrist turned cannibal, Lecter's ability to manipulate minds is unmatched. His charm and intellect allow him to seamlessly blend into society, making him the perfect predator. What makes him terrifying isn't just his monstrous acts, but his calm, calculated demeanor. Hannibal is the kind of villain who can hold a conversation over dinner, offering you a glass of wine, all the while knowing that you're the next course on his menu. He doesn't need to scream or threaten. He's the embodiment of a true psychopath, so cold and unfeeling that he doesn't just kill for survival or anger. No, for him, it's about control, power, and the twisted thrill of the hunt. He uses his sharp mind as a weapon, making everyone around him think they're safe, even when they're in the most danger. Hannibal is the ultimate predator, someone who can make you believe you're the one in control, right before he pulls the rug out from under you, turning the tables with a calculated smile. Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Pennywise the Dancing Clown is far more than just a creepy figure in a red nose and makeup. He's the personification of fear itself. From the moment he appears, there's an unsettling aura about him, as if he's playing a game, one where the rules are never clear and the consequences are deadly. But Pennywise isn't just a clown. He's a shapeshifter who thrives on the worst nightmares of his victims. Whether it's your deepest, darkest fear, or an illusion he creates, Pennywise can manifest any horror your mind can imagine. What's truly terrifying is that he feeds off this fear. The more you're afraid, the stronger he becomes. He has a predatory sense that allows him to exploit this weakness, lurking in the shadows, waiting for you to make eye contact, to engage with him. His very presence triggers something primal deep within us, a reminder that no fear is too irrational for him to exploit. He shows us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones that take the form of what we fear most, and Pennywise is the master at exploiting this weakness. He doesn't need a weapon or a plan. All he needs is to get into your mind. Voldemort, the Dark Lord, is a villain. Voldemort, the Dark Lord, is a villain defined by his unrelenting pursuit of power and immortality. But his true terror lies not just in his actions, but in the aura of fear he instills wherever he goes. His mere name is enough to send shivers down the spine of even the bravest wizards. For Voldemort, the world is his to control, and he will stop at nothing to ensure that he is the supreme ruler of the magical realm. His thirst for immortality drives him to commit the most horrendous acts, from creating Horcruxes to splitting his soul in the name of never-ending life. But it's his lack of humanity that makes him so terrifying. He has no love, no empathy, only a cold, calculated desire to dominate and control. Every action he takes is a step toward his ultimate goal, the destruction of anyone who dares to oppose him and the complete control over the wizarding world. His followers, the Death Eaters, are bound by fear and loyalty, ready to do his bidding at any cost. Voldemort is the perfect example of a villain who has no boundaries, no limits, and no remorse. Norman Bates, mild-mannered motel owner. Norman Bates appears at first glance to be nothing more than a quiet, mild-mannered motel owner, a person you might pass by without a second thought. But lurking beneath this unassuming exterior is a mind torn apart by madness. The true horror of Norman Bates lies in his split personality, driven by the ghost of his dead mother, Norma. When he's not in the grip of his mother's influence, Norman seems almost normal, awkward yet kind. But But the moment he's overtaken by his mother's spirit, he becomes a completely different person, embodying a cruel, violent persona. The terror isn't just in the murders he commits, but in the uncertainty of who's actually in control. Is it Norman, the fragile man struggling with his emotions? Or is it his mother, manipulating him, commanding him to kill in her name? The terrifying part is that you never truly know which one you're dealing with. Norman's ability to switch between his identities makes him unpredictable, and it's this psychological turmoil that makes him such a chilling villain. His mind, fragmented and broken, becomes his weapon, leaving you unsure whether to feel sympathy for the man or fear for your life. Freddy Krueger, the Dream Demon. Freddy Krueger is not a man anymore. He is something far more terrifying. A creature that exists in the space between reality and nightmares, where he is the master of all. Once a sadistic serial killer, Freddy was burned alive by the parents of his victims, but death did not stop him. It only made him stronger. Now he haunts the dreams of those who dare to sleep, bending reality to his twisted will. He can shapeshift, control time, and warp existence itself, making escape impossible. He doesn't just kill, he plays, he torments, he makes you suffer in ways no human could ever imagine. And the worst part? Even if you wake up, Freddy is always there, waiting. Because everyone has to sleep eventually. And when you do, he'll be there, ready to pull you into his nightmare once again. Darth Vader, embodiment of fear and control. Darth Vader was once a Jedi, a noble warrior sworn to protect the galaxy. But his tragic fall into darkness transformed him into something far more terrifying. He became the embodiment of fear and control, a symbol of the corruption of power. As Darth Vader, his presence alone is enough to send a chill down your spine. The deep, mechanical breathing, the black armor, and the ominous red lightsaber, these aren't just physical characteristics. They are the manifestation of the overwhelming power he wields. As a former Jedi, he was once a man driven by compassion and the desire to protect, but his fear of losing those he loved drove him down a path of darkness where the dark side of the Force consumed him. What makes Darth Vader so terrifying isn't just his strength, but his complete lack of empathy. His sole focus is control. He doesn't just defeat his enemies, he crushes them, physically and mentally, with no hesitation. Thanos is a philosophy of balance. Thanos is a different breed of villain. Unlike others driven by revenge or greed, Thanos is motivated by what he calls the need for balance. He believes that to save the universe from collapse, half of all life must be eradicated. His chilling conviction lies in the fact that he genuinely sees this as a necessary sacrifice, a way to preserve life in the long run by culling it in the short term. As we wrap up this journey into the minds of fiction's scariest villains, we want to hear from you. Which of these terrifying figures unsettled you the most? Was it the chaotic madness of the Joker, the cold and calculated horror of Hannibel Lecter, or the nightmare-fueled terror of Pennywise? Each of them embodies fear in their own unique way, but which one truly got under your skin? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more spine-chilling content.